All right, guys, welcome to another edition of Full Court TV basketball audio podcast. Um, I know I said in the first episode, be back here tomorrow, check in tomorrow, blah blah, whatever I said. But I had already written 3 episodes, so I just uploaded 3 episodes real quick. But today was the third episode, so be back tomorrow for the fourth episode for sure. I'll have uploaded. Um, so, and my daughter is knocking on the door. Um, so, first and foremost, I would like to say rest in peace to Pat Summitt, who is the all-time winningest coach in not just women's basketball. You gotta give her this respect. Not just women's basketball, but the history of basketball, period. Out of the 1,306 games she's coached, she has won 1,098, which is mind-boggling. She is the epitome of professionalism, women's coaching, true to her craft. I don't think there's enough words to describe Pat Summitt and the legacy she's left behind. May the angels be with her. It was just hard to hear, she's passed at such a young age too, at 64. It was just ridiculous. I just didn't know she was going through health issues, and you really didn't hear much about her, so I didn't know after she retired from coaching that she had health problems. But prayers and thoughts to her family. And again, rest in peace, Pat Summitt. You will always be remembered. You're an all-time great, and you're a Hall of Famer, and you deserve every acknowledgement in the basketball world. All right, we just wanted to give her a moment of silence, so we appreciate you guys listening and giving her mad shout-outs. So, on to it. Let's get started, guys. Me and my cousin PJ, who is an avid, I would probably say, just as addicted to basketball as I am. But I digress. We were discussing the Bulls rebuild because we were talking about it sometime, and now with them drafting Denzel Valentine, they're gonna go young and rebuild. And we brought up an interesting point as to there aren't many set NBA teams in the NBA. And what I mean by set, like the Cavaliers, they're already a set team. There's no reason for them to rebuild, draft anybody, or pay no mind to any stuff. Golden State, another team. The Spurs, maybe. Set teams like that. And it seems like either half the teams in the NBA are young and building through the draft, or letting stars go and are beginning to rebuild, which in essence doesn't pan out well, because now it's like, hey, the Warriors and Cavs looks like they're going back to the finals. But this free agency looks like it will be the most important one for years to come, especially now with the salary cap going up. A lot of players are going to get more money now, so I'm not surprised. A lot of players are testing the free agents' waters, trying to get huge paychecks. So, I mean, remember when LeBron was a free agent after Miami, and everyone waited to see what he was going to do and then make their decisions? It kind of seems like that's what's happening with KD. Like, where's KD going to go? Everybody's looking to see where KD's going to go. And then it seems like after that, everybody's going to make their move. Because we got a lot of free agents. I looked through the list. It's ridiculous how many free agents are here in the off season. It's just ridiculous. Again, so many names. It seems like every team has a free agent or a number of free agents. But I think it's going to be an exciting summer with the Olympics and free agent signings. So we'll see what happens. Now, PJ thinks Jimmy Butler should go to the Heat. It was interesting he brought that up. But I'm sorry, Peach. I have to disagree. There's no way he's playing the 3 and or taking D Wade's spot. There's no way he's going to Miami. I can't see why he would go to Miami. Like I said, I just can't see him playing the 3. For me, the 3 isn't his position. I think he's used to playing the 2 guard. And so we're going to have to see who needs a shooting guard. I looked through the teams, and we got Charlotte needs a shooting guard. Dallas, depending on what Chandler Parsons does, maybe Jimmy can play the 3 there. I don't know. They might be a small lineup if he does play the 3 with Wesley Matthews, and depending on what Darren Williams does. So Clippers, they need a 2 guard because I don't know what's his name. I can't believe I forgot his name. Anyway, yeah, the Clippers, they need a 2 guard. And I know his name is going to come up later on in the podcast. I just know it. Memphis needs a 2 guard. For the life of me, I don't know who their 2 guards. They had broken a record for the most starting lineups in one NBA season. New York needs a 2 guard. Sacramento needs a 2 guard because I think they're still going to have either they're going to start Ben McLemore or they're going to continue having him come off the bench. So we'll see how that pans out. The Spurs, depending on what Danny Green does, if the Spurs take Jimmy Butler and have Danny Green come off the bench, that would be nice. I'm sure Danny Green wouldn't mind that. He'll still be able to put up good numbers and defend as well. Utah needs a 2 guard. And Philadelphia, of course, they need a 2 guard. But going there is like going to the bank asking for $1 million. The Sixers have potential. And for them to be a big market team, they just can't seem to land any free agents or big names, period. I'm born and raised in Philly, but it's hard for me to cheer against a losing team. And it's true, you just get tired of losing, you know? I went to one game last season, and that was with PJ and his older brother. Big shout out to Big Bro Cello. And that was to see LeBron play, honestly. We all went to, we were so excited to see LeBron. It's a shame because it's sad. I can't imagine how many people go to a Sixers game to go see the other team play. And that's pretty much what's going on in Philadelphia. I don't know. I can't speak for anybody else, but if I do go to a Sixers game, it's pretty much going to see the other team. That's just how sad the franchise is right now. But you see progress. You've seen progression over the years, so they might get better. We'll see. But anyway, best case, I would love to see Jimmy go to San Antonio. Honestly, out of all of them, I think that lineup would be crucial. And if they keep the same bench, I would take the Spurs out the West next season, even though Golden State's heavily favored. So, moving on. ESPN's David Dennis Jr., and I actually laughed at this story, had wrote a piece titled Steph Curry and the End of the Warriors Underdog Era. Are you kidding me? I was like, yeah, right. I read the whole article too. Listen, and I wholeheartedly believe this. If Golden State played the Spurs would have beaten them in a second game series. I know I go off topic a lot because I'm about to do so now, but I try to make a point about anything when it's fresh in my mind. Ayesha Curry said the NBA is rigged because Cleveland won Game 6, whatever. Well, girl, if that's the case, you're absolutely right. Because if Cleveland wasn't supposed to come back 3-1 against the Warriors, then for the life of me, I don't know how the Warriors did it against Oklahoma. But anyway, Golden State hasn't been an underdog team since Mark Jackson took over and built that team to what they are now. I still will argue that Steve Kerr needs to thank Mark Jackson for that team. And while I'm on this subject, Billy Donovan needs to thank Scott Brooks for Oklahoma. The Warriors made the playoffs the last 4 years, and were over 500 the last 4 years, and finished in either first or second in their respective division the last 4 years. How are they underdogs? Please tell me, how are they underdogs? And each of the last 4 seasons, they've averaged 100 points or more offense. How in the life of me are they underdogs? and LeBron, for the second straight season, including postseason, proved he should have won the MVP. But that's just my opinion. So, I have here a very interesting, yet as contradictory as it sounds, retarded question. It's an interesting question, but it's a retarded question. What was a tougher shot, guys? Steph's game-winning 37-footer in the regular season to beat Oklahoma, or Kyrie's three in Steph's face with 56 seconds left to win the finals? Listen, I only say it's retarded because I can live with a regular season loss. And I'm sure, NBA players, they say throughout the season that, every night, we don't want to lose, but it is what it is. But in this situation, damn that. With 56 seconds left in Game 7 of the finals, and in the MVP's face, Kyrie, like Stephen A. Smith says, is a bad man. He pulled up with confidence and nailed it like a practice shot. He wasn't looking to pass that ball. No way. He clearly stamped himself as one of the elite point guards in the NBA. And he's only 24 years old. There's no way in hell I could live with that loss. At home at that. No doubt, this might be a third straight year with these two teams back at it again, Daniel. And that's all for Full Court TV. Remember, get your dogs and cats spayed and neutered. Peace out.